Okay, start with some serpentines, like 3 serpentines through the arena, really from side to side. Always make sure you use your inside leg. Yep, get some bend now. Left leg. Yep, careful. Good. She can be slightly lower in the neck. Start. Yeah. Don't forget your outside rein. You really want to ride from outside rein to outside rein. And really make sure you cross, like you go to the other side on a straight line. You want to go straight and then turn and straight again. Good. Use the corners a little bit. Really go almost until V. Yep. Then you turn. And again. That's it. Now on straight down to R. Yep. And then you turn. Better. Good.
Morning.
Keep the connection on the outside rein and getting softer on the inside rein.
Good. How you doing?
And don't forget the outside hind leg. Like you sort of encourage her with your outside leg to also step through the outside hind leg. Yeah, but leave your inside leg on too. Use both legs. There you go. That's better. One more time, like this. Straight, turn, straight. Good. Yep. Turn. Okay. You continue doing this, and now you do a transition to walk when you cross the center line. Try to have a little bit softer in the contact in the neck before the transition, so she steps through a little bit more. Yep, that was better. You don't want her to get stuck in the transition. You want her to really step through into the walk. Yeah, there you go. And back to trot. That was actually the right decision, because she's got the tendency to lean a little bit on the bit before the transition and doesn't really work it over her back. That was better. And soft. And release. Good. Once you're in walk, give her a couple of steps where she's stretching a little bit. That ring. And get soft on the inside. Yep. One more time with the transitions. Better, way better. That was good. Good. Okay, good. Okay, I would like to see how she's doing the leg yield. So just go on the center line or do a circle, then you go on the center line. Leg yield to the left. Direction, but then halfway to the long side, if you change direction, go to the right. Yep. Okay, and you go back. Get the shoulder first, a little bit more shoulder, yeah. Okay, we'll do that a few times. Do a circle, and then you go on the center line again, and do a couple of steps left, right, to always shift her balance again, get her a little bit more through the body. the other direction. Shoulder. Yep, that's better. Better. Good. Nice. One more time. Thinking of bringing the shoulder first actually helps you to get her a little bit more open and soft also on the outside, that you get a little bit more flexibility in the body, she's not just stuck, and then you also get a little bit more flexion. This is nice. Good. Wait, frame, and the other way. Get the shoulder. Yep. Nice. Okay, good. Go to walk for a moment. Okay, let her drop the neck. I find she has a really nice trot. She seems quite nice in the contact, really sort of flowing trot. Maybe because of being so, she seems very soft or supple in her movements, like there's a lot of movement, but she could probably have a little bit more balance herself, and because that's not so easy for her because there's quite a lot going on, she tends to get a little bit stuck or a little bit tight, which you can see when you turn and she's leaning a little bit on the inside rein, or she's not really bringing everything through her body. She's because she's moving super nice, it's not that obvious, but every now and then you'd say, nah, okay, that wasn't really true, you know what I mean? And with the leg yield, I think it's actually a good exercise for her because she has to shift her balance again. But I would really think of bringing the shoulder slightly first, like opening the shoulder, because eventually in the end in the test you don't want bend but only flexion. But to get the flexion right, if she's a little bit against that shoulder, I would sort of overdo it once, like to open the shoulder so she's getting a little bit more soft, and then you can also keep her more straight again. But if you have horses which bring the hind leg first, they actually bend in the other direction.
Okay.
So like open the shoulder, get this open, and then you can straighten her a bit more easily.
Okay.
Transitions now, just prepare for walk, go into walk. Keep her a little bit round in the neck in the transition. Good. Okay, sit, right. Again, canter. You want to have the feeling that she keeps stepping through. Way better. Good. Yeah, that was good. Correct. If she's getting a bit tight, encourage her to get a bit softer again. Drop the neck a little bit. You don't want to get her tight up there. You sit. Good. That was better. Keep her a bit more straight. Go to walk again. Go on a straight line. Make sure you've got the shoulder secured. Yep. Push the left hind leg a bit more under, or just so. Go on the quarter line. Straight. And then you do transition to walk. Keep both legs. Keep her straight. Back to canter on the outside rein. Okay, we do that again. Do you feel that she's pushing in the hind leg?
Yeah.
Try to really think. You keep the outside rein, you keep the inside leg, and your inside rein can slightly open to the inside. That you keep the shoulder in front of the inside hind leg, and she's not escaping. That was better. Good. Yeah. No, walk. Keep the left leg. Keep your both hands a bit. Yeah. Keep your hands a bit to the left. Better. Good. Good. It's quite. Normally, it's very typical that on one side you have to think a bit more of shoulder in, or keep the shoulder off the inside of the inside hind leg, and on the other side you have to think a little bit of sort of travers, because they're normally not quite even. Good, nice. Okay, that was way better. I would think about that like when you do the transitions,
Yeah.
on the right lead, you have to think of have to keep the left hind leg under,
Yeah.
and you have to keep her soft enough on the inside rein. And when you're on the left, it's more I have to keep the shoulder in front of the hind leg and
Right.
really have a bit more straight.
Right.
And don't think too much of bend to the left because that's probably more easy anyway.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then you go forward. And doing it on a quarter line often helps to really make sure, okay, she's not drifting somewhere. If you do it on the wall, then you normally have help, and then it's not as obvious when they
Right.
drift a bit. And it really helps for the flying changes later also, if you can keep it straight and if the transitions work straight, because that's the beginning of what they have to do for the change in the end. And normally it's the same with the changes. Then later, if she's pushing the hind leg to the left, then you have to make sure you have the hind leg under the body when you do the change. Like if you would go from right hand canter and you want to change to the left with her, you probably have to say, okay, I really keep the shoulder, I really keep the hind leg, and then I change. Because otherwise she's swings, yeah. She would probably be. Did she do changes already?
Yeah. Yeah. I can do some for whatever.
Oh, I depend. I think we don't have time for everything, but let's do some trot. But I would guess, I don't know, maybe she's really talented, but if she's more difficult, then maybe the one to the right is late.
Yeah. That's
But it's usual because she's a bit sort of bent to the left.
Yeah.
So for her hind, it's a wider way to go right. So if you are in left-hand canter and you change right, think of sort of bringing her hind in before, like think of travers to the right and then you change.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Similar to the simple change.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
But I've had, since I'm doing the under 25s in Germany now, like doing flying changes. It's the main thing, but there's a pattern in the horses. Most are with the left hind out. It's unusual to have one who's got the right hind leg out. So it's a bit thinking where you have to bring the hind leg really helps me to get the change right. Okay, now in trot, don't let her rush away. Now she's rushing a bit. We do similar work to what we did in canter. And you change between half pass and showdown. Again, do it in sitting trot, half hold on the outside rein, half hold, yeah. And you keep the hind leg. Don't let her swing out. Yep. Okay, don't get the hind first. Keep the shoulder first. Ay. It's more tricky in trot, huh? Again, yeah, stay straight away into the half pass from the circle. You really want to get her soft on the inside rein. Keep the inside leg. Good. And you keep the outside leg in the turn. Keep the contact on the outside rein, but you need to get a little bit of flexion to the inside. Try to feel where the hind leg is going, that you get it under the body. Keep your left hand upright, keep your outside elbow on the body. Yep, good. Not more hind, back to shoulder in, but keep the outside leg. Yeah, there you go. Do that one more time. I find it always more tricky to the side where they're a little bit tight. I mean, the half pass sometimes feels a bit more easy, but you have to make sure she stays bent when you go back into the shoulder and she doesn't just swing her hind back out, you know what I mean? Exactly. That was nice, good. Doing that often enough, it probably will help her to balance a bit better, because every time you change, she has to rebalance. Good. don't get the trot bigger. For me, that's a little bit more left leg. Yep, that's better. Shoulder in, shoulder in, shoulder in. Half hold. Oh, don't let her change the trot a little bit. Collect. Outside leg, get her soft on the right. To not override her. Like, she's got very swinging trot, and sometimes she's actually trotting more than she can balance. So would straight away half hold as if you would do a transition to walk, and then you go back into it. Yeah, same again now. Stay in the go into the half pass now. You're on the outside rein. You get her, but she stays supple. If you've got the feeling she's pushing a bit on one rein, just quickly encourage her to get soft. You don't give her the possibility to lean, transition to walk. Stay in the half pass. Yep, back to trot. Nice, good, back to walk. Good. Back to trot.
Yeah, because I can tell when she gets stiff.
Yeah. And try to straight away solve it. Like, help her to rebalance, and then you go back at it. Good. And back to trot. Nice. And then eventually, you don't need to transition to walk, but you can do a nice half hold, like get her engaged again, and she's okay. Got this. This is better. Nice, nice, nice. Don't let her. Yeah, that was good. Good. Okay, one more transition. Back to trot. You do it one more time, and now you go into the half pass. You think of medium, then you think of almost a transition to walk, and then you think of, let's say, medium again. Good. And then you go again. Nice. Okay, and collect again. Same to the left. And transition, or almost transition. And you go again. And back. Nice, good girl. Okay, very nice. I do that a lot. Yeah. So I let her stretch. Because it's a bit the way of her. Also now encourage her to get soft on the inside rein. There you go. Half fold again. Yeah. Well, you have to be careful to not let her just lean. She has the tendency to, I think because she has so much swing, she does just take a little bit of help sometimes from rein, like not so much, but you can feel she's not quite working it evenly through her body.
Right.
And I would really try to, when you've got the feeling she's doing that, you have to get her out of that momentum. Okay. And then it's transition or half hold to good one, and play a lot with the tempo, like you did in the half pass now, but more than collect her, then let her go again, so she's really getting a better idea of her body.
Okay.
Because then I think she's really nice moving, she's expressive. You can really go for the half pass. That's not so easy for horses that age to have as much swing.
Yeah.
But when you have it really balanced, and then it's good for an 8 or 9, I would say. If you just leave her be, then you have a bit of a rhythm issue here. She's not quite smooth there, but she's really capable. She just needs a little bit of like help to reorganize herself sometimes.
No, I think the transition helped a lot. And then she was waiting for me a bit more.
Yeah. Yeah, very nice, very nice. She will win some dressage.
Yeah, yep, no, she's a good girl.
I think so. I mean, she's got a nice foot canter. You just have to make sure she's, let's say, using her hind legs a little bit more effective.
Yeah,
Not only to push forward, but also
Right.
to carry.
right.
And yeah, then she's good. And don't be shy to commit her
Okay.
body.
Okay.
I
When
mean,
she gets a little tight, yeah.
Yeah. If we, I mean, we are also tight, and then we
Yeah.
go and stretch a bit,
Yeah.
move, and then it's better. If you stay like this, then it stays like
Right.
this.
Right. Yeah. Good. Okay. I'm
Well
gonna.
done.
Great. Julia, just stand there for a photo.
Okay.
Great.
Go, Fern.
Thank you.
Good. Don't do the circle. Just go into half pass straight away. And shoulder in. Look straight. Yep. Good. And half pass. Not. There you go. That was nice.
Good girl.
Okay. Good. Prepare nice transition walk. Maybe from a half circle or something. Good. Let her drop the. And transition or almost transition.